Hey guys, it's me, Conda, Sexy Vegan Wine Girl, and I am here joined by one of my good girlfriends, and we are going to talk about online dating and dating in general. And I'm so happy to have one of my girlfriends who has some experience in online dating, just like I do. And we're here and we're going to do a quick little toast because it's the Sexy Vegan Wine Girl show. You must have a glass of wine in your hand.
Salud to you.
Welcome, Kelly. Thank you for joining me for some girl time fun. We like doing this.
Love girl time.
So we are going to talk about dating. I got so many inboxes about my thoughts on online dating because most of my girlfriends know that I am not opposed to online dating. I actually kind of prefer it. So Kelly is here. Welcome, darling.
Thank you.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Wow, cheers to you.
You know what, Kelly and I like having a good time. We often hook up together and do like some, what do we do? Power hours together, happy hours, girls' night out, and in this case, girls' night in. And so I can't wait to get right into it because I am actually a big fan of online dating.
Wild.
I really love online dating.
Fan that's actually done this. But I mean, you've got some good advice. I have to say, there's some things that you've said before to me that make sense that I don't do. Like, for instance, talking to somebody before you meet them.
Yes.
Is a good one.
Yes.
But there's also particular platforms or apps that I feel are, you know, better in the city than others. As when I first moved here, I went on Tinder and very quickly learned that that's probably not a great place to meet guys that are looking for future. They're looking for right now, was my opinion.
Okay. I've heard that same thing about Tinder. You know, I haven't been on many sites, but one of my favorite sites, and I don't know if I should be saying this without getting a royalty check for it.
Maybe we will.
But maybe we will. But Match.com.
Yeah, I've done that.
I found that Match.com was very serious.
I agree. I mean, you have to pay to do it, right?
Yeah,
so
you have to pay to do it. But I'm just saying,
inherently, you know, you have something involved in it.
Yeah, and then the quality of men was just there. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like somebody was just trying to hook up.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because I'm never the hookup girl. I'm not into the one night stands. I'm not going to meet you online and then like, okay, then we're going to the hotel. Like that's just not my thing.
Like if I wanted that, that's just, what's the point?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, maybe for men it's easier. That's what they want.
Exactly. But I like online dating because, you know, you get a chance to look at their profile. Granted, it's that they're telling the truth because you do run that risk of someone not telling the truth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Always do,
but
you know more than just a picture.
You know more than just a picture. And then I'm always thinking, well, what if? What if? Because they don't necessarily lie about their profession, so now you know what they do.
Right.
Oftentimes they'll tell you what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, they may say, I want kids, I have kids, I want to be married, I don't, I'm looking. I just kind of like use that as the warm-up.
Right.
The introduction. Now I'm getting to know this person before I get to know this person.
Yeah.
One thing I don't play when it comes to online dating is that I am not going to be your pen pal. We are not going to go back and forth 100 times before we get to...
Why would anyone do that?
They do that. Some guys are just so excited on the online dating to have you having a conversation with them that they're just good with that. That's good for them. They don't even have to meet you in person or get on the phone.
Or maybe they're just so inexperienced that they don't know how to ask someone out. But I agree. There's a certain number of correspondence before it's like, I'll just ask you out, I guess, and then I'm less interested.
Or what I would do, I mean, like if I'm online and, you know, we're going back and forth and it's been 3 days, 4 days. I mean, like 5 would be my max that I'm going to be chatting it up with you via inbox or however we're chatting without even being on the phone. I am going to say, you know what? Would you like to have a phone conversation?
Yeah, that's frightening to me.
You know, early on, oh, sorry guys, my phone.
Is that your Match.com going on?
Right. Oh my God. I'm actually not on a dating site
I am not
really
either.
right now.
It's been 6 months, and I think ready to tiptoe back into it. So this is a good conversation.
Right. I actually, but I do like online dating. I was going to say that if we're not moving fast enough, and when I say that, I'm not like trying to move fast and like get in bed, but I'm like, honey, you're not gonna be able to hold my attention with just this back and forth text. So I'll say, honey, would you like to have a phone chat? Because I mean, you know, because I'm interested in that.
Do you FaceTime or do you actually
No ma'am, no ma'am. That's another thing. I'm not FaceTiming you. You're gonna have to trust that I'm not catfishing you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna FaceTime. Like, that's scary. Because
what about them? I mean, the other way around, that they're not catfishing.
Or that they're not catfishing.
Who they are. You know, I don't want to meet up with somebody that's not at all.
Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever met someone in person and they didn't look a damn thing like their picture?
Not that bad, but you know, everybody puts their best 5 pictures that they have in their 40,000 album. And so, you know, including myself, you know, so I probably have the best pictures of me on there too.
Right.
But nobody's been that bad.
Gotcha.
I guess that the phone conversation would be just fine.
Yeah.
What do you ask them?
Well, I would just say, I would ask, like, would you like to get on the phone? And then when they do, and if we have connection, like if we have chemistry on the phone, because I always say, like, if we have phone chemistry, then we could go ahead and plan to go to lunch or dinner. I'm not meeting you. Well, you talk about whatever there is to talk about in the moment. I have some, okay, so when I am on the phone with them, because I've read their profile, I might see something interesting about their profile.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I'll talk about that. Oh, so you like soccer.
Right.
Oh, so you're in IT. You know, that will generate the conversation. It will get it started.
Yeah.
And so, you know, so that's why I like to talk on the phone. But I am really searching because I'm trying to...
That's interesting.
I'm trying to get to know this person to decide, because you're not going to get to know them right, and you're not going to get to know them.
Exactly.
But at least you'll get a sense of who they are, who they're being, their energy, the nature of their conversation, if they're serious. So if we're having good phone chemistry, then I'll say, okay, would you like to meet for lunch or dinner?
Right. And is there a lot of guys that you've said pass on after the phone conversation? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, because I'm not thirsty. I mean, except for wine. Cheers, right? I mean, but yeah, I mean, because I am not in desperate mode phase 10.
Definitely.
You know, you want to be with someone and you want them to be quality. So I'm not, honey, I don't need another meal. Have you seen what I'm sitting on? I don't need another meal.
Gosh, girls that do that. So sad. Waste a whole evening for a dinner? Like, stop.
It's like an epidemic.
It is.
Never. So if we're not kicking and clicking on the phone, there will be no meeting because it's unnecessary.
Okay. Maybe I get better at it if I try it too. Because I feel like
just be open. Just be open.
Yeah.
You know, ask the right questions, but be safe about it. And I feel when I was online dating, I felt like I headed down to a science.
Yeah.
You know, I live downtown Chicago, and there's a lot of stuff happening in this neighborhood. I mean, we have all of the fun steakhouses, even though I'm sexy vegan wine girl, I don't eat steak anymore. But they're fun to go out to and hang out and meet people, the lounges.
Yeah, you've taken me to some that are fun.
Yeah, happy hour, all that stuff.
It's classy. And the music is nice, not like a club or bar.
Oh, no, I'm over the club scene. No, ma'am. Yeah. I'm over the club scene.
I like that about you, because that's smart.
Yeah, because I've been there, done that. Yeah. I mean, me personally, the only reason in the world why I would go out for a happy hour or for any hour is to network.
Yeah.
I'm in business. I'm not going to meet anyone inside of the house. So my life is about multiple purposes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like going out, you know, looking to generate clients for the wine business.
Right.
You know, looking to network for events that I have, you know, monthly events, you know. And I'm always open to making a new friend.
Yes. like me.
Yes, exactly. And we hit it off the night we met, didn't we?
Oh my goodness. You were hilarious, actually. And I was having kind of a mediocre night, so it was awesome to meet you. Someone normal, nice, fun, that likes to go out and not, you know, it's difficult to meet good girlfriends that are,
oh my God,
you know, not catty or, you know, just a lot of things that new girls can be towards each other. You know?
Yeah,
that's like essential, I feel like.
I'm the girlfriend's girlfriend. I mean,
Yeah.
I love meeting girlfriends and girl bonding times and things
Right.
like that. So that's just like right up my alley. But I make it safe. I make it safe. So what I would do if I'm dating someone or I'm online, I see a picture. First of all, I look at the picture.
Right. I analyze what's going on in the background too. If you're living in a shack, if you're on like
I'll be able to see that.
Phone. Bye.
Right. So you look at the picture.
Yeah.
You look at the background because you look at the picture first because
Right.
there's so many phony pictures. I mean, I got too many crazy stories about that. Like, where did you buy that photo from? This is no real person. Like, they're doing all kind of dumb shit. So anyway, I'll look at the picture first. Then I'll go to the profile. If I find the person attractive,
Yeah.
I'll begin to read the profile. He does this, he does that, blah, blah, blah. He likes to do this for fun. And then I'll see if we are, if we share anything in common.
Yeah.
And if we do, then that begins the process. How do I make it safe?
Like, I'm kind of jaded about.
Are you?
I mean, my profile has been, you know, kind of general. It's not. I feel like I just want to cut to the chase.
I'll take a look at it. I'll help you with your profile.
Yeah, I would like that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's good, but you'd be like, yeah, it's. I don't know, you know, like there's things that are important to me that I'm just gonna state now. Like, you know, I want to have cocktails. I don't want you to be like, you know, a sober person.
Right.
You know, that's, I don't know how to say that, but,
Oh,
you know, I don't know AA.
right.
I appreciate your efforts, but no, not for me.
Right. And that's important to have that in common.
Yeah. Other
Can I
things.
date someone who doesn't drink? At least have a cocktail. Be a social
Yeah.
drinker like me. And it's nothing
Right.
wrong if you
Yeah.
don't. If you don't drink, kudos.
Yeah.
That's great.
Right. Just keep moving.
We're fast. So just because it'll be like awkward, like I mean, like something good may happen. I mean, like, oh, we're gonna pop a bottle, and it's like, oh, we're not gonna pop a bottle.
So I feel like those things, I'm just ready. If I'm going to start dating again, I'm just going to kind of put things that are specific.
Oh yeah, you have to get straight to the point.
I mean, do you think it's like kind of odd to say match I liked because you could put your income, honestly, and you know, it matters. I feel like that your incomes match because your standards of life are similar. Your vacations, your, you know, I don't want to squabble over things that just because we're totally different. But you know, I don't know how to say.
No, I get it.
You know that.
You know, see, it's just about being authentic.
Yeah.
I would not be bashful about asking the questions that I want
That
the
are
answer
important.
to, that are important to me.
Right.
I'm not going to pussyfoot around with it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely am not about to waste my time 2-3 months in and I've been wanting to ask you this question. I'm going to nip that shit up in the bud.
Okay, maybe you don't have to put it up front because it's a little aggressive.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily. Where's that tax
let's see it in
return?
your
Let's see
picture.
that. You have a check stub. Let me see your last 6 check stubs.
I know.
But you know what? And here's the thing, guys hate when women feel like they want to make sure your ass isn't broke. It's nothing wrong with knowing how much the person you're dating is making.
Yeah.
And they could ask you the same thing, and that should be fine as well.
Right.
And it depends on what you're looking for. I'm looking for the other half to my power couple.
Exactly.
I want to build.
Totally.
I want to
That's what
make it.
to.
I
don't want to make it on your back.
Exactly.
Right, you know, I want to be equals, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
So, I mean,
that's important.
you know, I don't want to, people say, well, you only date guys that have money. Well, I just don't want to date someone that I have to take care of.
Yeah.
Like in Chicago, we have Lower Wacker. Lower Wacker is a place where a lot of homeless people live, like Skid Row and things like that. I am not going to Lower Wacker to find my man. Hey, baby, this is your lucky day. come on home with me. While I am very sensitive to homeless people, since I have choices, I'm not interested in choosing a homeless person. I'm not interested in choosing someone who can't afford to buy his own toiletries.
Yeah.
And we all have, I have certainly had hard times, and I'm not making small of that.
Or if you're making your way, you're investing in your own business, like, you're being tight because of that, that's fine too.
That's another conversation, but all of those things are about communication. Communication is the key element to any successful relationship, be it mother, daughter, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend. That is the key component to a successful relationship.
Yeah.
I want to talk about keeping it safe.
Okay.
How do you online date safely? Because remember, they don't know where you live, and now you have moved to going out on your lunch date or your dinner date. And what I have done in the past, first of all, being a vegan, and I don't mind going to a steakhouse because they'll make me a great salad. They'll make me some steamed vegetables. Make it work. I can make it work. But if I have a choice, because most guys will say, well, where do you want to go? And I'm like, yes. I like
that's great. That's almost like encouraging to go on a date.
Exactly. Where do you want to go? And I'll say, well, I'll ask them this. Are you open to dating? Are you open to going to a vegan restaurant if the food is delicious and you get to try something new? And they'll say, yeah, why not? I like food, it doesn't matter. And so that's great. I like to choose restaurants or bars that I'm going to meet someone for the first time that's near me. Yeah. So I can walk.
Right.
So that's playing it safe. Playing it safe is not getting into a car of a stranger.
Right.
I'm able to, hey, meet me at the bar. There's a bar behind my house. There's a bar across the street. There's a bar a half a block.
Right.
So I'm going to meet on the first date at one of those places, whether it's a restaurant or a bar. I'm going to choose the one that I can walk to.
Yeah. And that you're not connecting on Facebook, too. Because my phone died or something or needed to be replaced, and so I had to call this guy on my iPad that I was going on this date with. And then he had my last name because it came up on my iPad. It doesn't on my phone or whatever. And then he was Googling me, and by the time I got there, he had all these things like knowing too much about me.
Yeah.
So I feel like not telling your last name or connecting on Instagram and all of that is just too soon.
I think it's too soon, to give all of your social media ties and connections, because what if you go on this date and you don't want to see him anymore? Now he's like, snooping around on your page and all of that.
Some people, men and women. Crazy. And I've blocked a couple guys this year because they're just crazy,
Yeah.
It's like texting too much and then connecting with friends of mine and
exactly.
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down. So I that's one way I like to play it safe. Also, I may even, let's just say, I want them to know that I'm aware of all the crazy shit that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Human trafficking, kidnapping, organ trafficking. This ain't gonna be that. Somebody's gonna know, what do you look like?
Yeah.
So I would even do a selfie that he might think that that's weird, because I used to say, well, you know what, I could just take a picture of his license plate. Like say it's the second date or third date, because I never get in the car on the first date. But then that could be phony.
Yeah.
That could not be real. So the best thing, once I see that this is the same person, I'm taking a picture.
Yeah.
And I'm sending it to someone. And their phone.
You have their phone number.
Yep, have their phone number.
And let a girlfriend know.
Yeah.
I usually do, or I ask them because they're like, oh, I'm going on a date with some stranger in some strange place. I'm like, okay, first of all, let's talk a little bit more.
Let's talk a little bit more.
Because there's crazy people out there,
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people in Chicago, so the likelihood that there's crazies is higher here.
Higher. Have you ever been stood up or catfished on a date?
I had a guy, it was so awful. It was like 15 years older than me, so we got like a pass because he liked vintage. and you like vintage boots, and I'm super into vintage. So I was like, yeah, you're semi okay. And I don't usually.
He was semi okay.
Because of that. I like the vintage. He commented on my vintage coat that I was wearing in a picture, and I thought that was cool, like maybe connection. Alcoholic. I met him at Tao in the lounge.
I love Tao.
This tainted it. This is my first trip, but I would like to go back.
Oh my God.
The lounge area. Which was very cute.
It's right down the street. We'll do that.
Is it? Oh,
yeah, it's a block away, 2 blocks away from me.
Yeah, the club is a little bit much, but the lounge is very fun.
Yeah.
But he, literally every time the waitress went by, he was ordering a double. And I like to drink, so somebody ordering doubles, he was an alcoholic, right? And then he started grabbing on me, and I was offended, he was grabbing me too much. And I got up and I said, I'm not upset, I just need to go to the bathroom right now.
Yeah, that would be too much for me too.
It was, and then I went and he left when I came back, and he left my fur coat sitting there, and we had this it's a vintage fur coat, we had this, connection about that, that meant
about vintage, yeah. Oh my God.
Kidding me. And then I was like, at least he paid the bill, I guess. So
yeah.
I went up I wanted to make sure. That was the worst, though.
That was the worst.
I gave you a pass, and then you left me. Not okay.
Not okay. But all of this was too much.
That was what it was. He was grabbing inappropriate.
And you know this.
Grabbing.
I don't, you know this, and people who know me know that I am touchy-feely, more affectionate. So I may, hug. I'm not, the handshake person. I'm the hug person. Hey, girl, like that.
Yeah.
But on a first-time date, I don't want you touching me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, and I put clearly in my profile, if you ask me to kiss you on the first date, that's the last date. I clearly say that because I don't believe in that affection up front. You want this romantic kiss, and I don't even know. I don't like you. We are not in love here, brother. I don't know you.
We're on an interview with drinks.
We're on an interview. I like that. I'm using that. Thank you. Stolen. You're going to hear about that in just a minute. Yeah, so I feel like don't do that.
Yeah, it was aggressive. It was not okay.
It was not what you expected or wanted.
No. So I called my girlfriend in the bathroom, and she was on an awful date too.
Was it fucking Friday the 13th?
I guess. I don't know. I was like, I'm leaving here. You meet me, and she met me, and I was like, that guy left me. It was just I don't know if dating is. She was on an online date too.
Well, I'm still, and I think until I am not a fan, I will always be a fan of online dating, just because I like to, get to know them as much as I can up front a little bit.
Yeah.
Dating in person is cool too, but you don't have that online profile that you can at least know. Do they have kids? You can find all of that. Yeah, the basics. You can find all of that out because that I'm not bashful when it comes to talking to strangers, asking questions. So I would, if I were online dating now, I would totally be okay with online dating and meeting someone in person, because I'm going to get the answers I want to know.
And I feel like in person, as long as you're meeting in the right kind of place, where it's more somewhere you can have a conversation, and you're not taking shots or something
right.
I feel like that is a lot better than online dating, because online dating is how much interest are you really going to have in this stranger the first time you meet them, because there's your phone's going bing, a lot of noise, and there's other guys that want to talk to you that have those same basics.
Yeah.
How interested are you going to, and same for them, how interested are they going to be in you that they're not flipping for another one.
And that's real too.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big problem with online dating, and myself included.
People are serial dating, so it's okay, tonight is Sheila, tomorrow is Trina.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Bob, next week is, Bobby or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like you kind of want to just get in their heads as quickly as you can and see how you feel. I'm a person about feeling. Does this feel good? What does this feel like?
Right. Do
I feel like he is? Because I feel like I have a great intuition, and we don't know everything, but you were getting a bad vibe from that guy. Just kept touching you. He just kept touching you, and then you know, you felt like, oh, enough is enough.
Right.
You know, I would have gotten up too and like, excuse me, let me excuse myself, let me collect myself. I'll come back. I probably would have.
I'm not mad. I just didn't want to fight.
Yeah. So I wonder what would have happened. So after you went to the restroom, what were you? Tell me about that. You went to the restroom. You had to collect.
Well, he was like literally like, he was like grabbing me. Like it was like to the point where I was like stood up, you know, and I did. Yeah, you know, and I didn't want to have argue. I don't like confrontation, and I, you know, there's no point in me screaming at somebody. But like, I needed to go collect myself, and you know, that was just too much for me. It was too much for anyone.
But what would you have done after, you know, having that experience, coming back, and it's back to business as usual?
Yeah.
What would you have done? Would you have stopped it? Would you have said,
"Oh, it's time to go"? I mean, if I had already reached the point where I needed to go collect myself, it was time to go.
But would you have mentioned that to him?
No, because I mean, go screw yourself. Honestly. If you were going to be like that, I don't need to give you advice. You're just...
Well, you know, you said he was taking double shots. He was probably too tipsy. Now, you know, the world gets a little touchy-feely after they've had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Maybe he was drunk upon arrival. Some people... Have you ever had somebody come on a first date and they were drunk? I had a girlfriend that happened to.
Oh my God. my girlfriend had some guy pass out in her front of her building.
Oh my God.
He was supposed to drop her off in the car. She went inside and then they were going out again, and he was passed out on the curb area.
Oh, hell no.
Can you imagine?
No. That would have been like, okay.
Oh no.
Okay, dude, really?
Yeah.
This is what we're doing?
You know, calm down on your... I have a 1 drink rule on the first date. Because otherwise I have a couple, and then I like you no matter what, and we're talking, and...
Yeah. Well, for me, I drink wine. I could do 2, but I'm never going to be. I'm never going to do a bottle. And even if he wants to get a bottle, okay, fine. I'm not going. I drink slow anyway. You know that. So it's like I'm not. What's the sense? What's the use of being drunk?
Right. Totally.
I need to keep myself alert.
Yeah,
and be aware of my surroundings, okay?
Yeah, and what I'm
This is not about to be your birthday, a holiday for you, where I'm just passed out drunk and you have your way with me. No, sir. We're not doing that. But, so that's online dating, and there's so many nice things that occur inside of that conversation, but there's some things you have to be aware of. Being catfished, you know, guys who they never have intentions on even meeting you. They're so happy to have a beautiful girl's phone number or the attention of a beautiful girl. I found that to be true. Yeah. It used to be, and I had to pay attention to this because, you know, when I realized, wait a minute, we've already gone through the preliminaries. Now it's time to get on the phone. Because it used to be I wouldn't even give my number out. And in my profile, I would say, I'm going to call you, but I'm going to call you blocked. So I'll let you know through the inbox that this is me about to call. Because that was before I really realized that if there's someone I didn't want to have my number, I could just block them. Yeah. You know, I mean, so that, number one. But then there's just some guys, once you feel comfortable and you give them your number, and they just want to text you. Now they're not even inboxing you, they're texting you. Yeah. On your phone. I'm like, ugh. And you never make it out.
There's no way I would just continue on. It's super annoying. Like,
it's super
what are we
annoying.
About? I don't even know you. You're asking me about the weather, and what are we supposed to talk about?
Yeah, what are we talking about? So the other thing is, well, if you don't like online dating, there's, like I said, always in-person dating. And what type of guy are you looking for, and where would you go and find him? There are guys that if you want to date a professional, I would go to, you know, local bars that are near, you know, professional settings and places, you know, like if you are in New York and you live in the financial district, I would go to the bars in the financial district, because chances are when the Wall Street tycoons get off work, they're going to need a drink after a full day of trading. They want to unwind. Steakhouses, if you are looking for a guy who is the type of person that is generous or has money, he may be found in a steakhouse.
Yeah.
you know. So and just networking in general. I mean, you can find a good man or a good woman anywhere. Because, the other thing is there's so many people who hate online dating. I have a girlfriend, she's like, oh, it's just crazy people online. But then I'm thinking, well, no, because I'm not crazy. And some of the guys that I've met online, they were not crazy.
Right.
You know, so it's all about, you know, your preference. Just like you're online dating, you're not crazy, you're not a serial killer. So it's just the way to, you know, meet people. And I mean, are you going to vet everybody? No, you know, it is a game of taking your chances.